SmackDown just delivered one of its most shocking moments ever as Nick Aldis revealed the true identity of Jacob Fatu's mysterious attacker. What started as a puzzling backstage assault has now exploded into a full-blown revelation that's shaking the very foundation of the bloodline. The attacker wasn't an outsider or rival. It was someone from within, someone fans trusted, someone whose betrayal cuts deep. Aldis's meticulous investigation uncovered every detail, leaving no room for doubt, and the fallout is already sending shockwaves through Roman Reigns' faction. Loyalty, family, and trust are all on the line, and this revelation forces everyone, fans and wrestlers alike, to question who can really be trusted in the chaotic, high-stakes world of WWE. Inside the investigation, methodical and meticulous, Nick Aldis approached the investigation with unmatched professionalism, treating the attack as if it were a real criminal case. Using a combination of security footage, witness testimony, and forensic analysis, Aldis pieced together a meticulous timeline of the assault. Unlike typical storyline speculation, his method left no room for doubt. He tracked the attacker's movements before, during, and after the incident, even identifying a brief reflection in a mirror as a key clue. This attention to detail created an airtight case that made denial impossible. The revelation stunned everyone, showing the attacker's premeditation and knowledge of Jacob Fatu's routine. Aldis's presentation elevated the storyline beyond a simple whodunit mystery and added a realistic dimension rarely seen in WWE. Fans were captivated not only by the shocking outcome, but by the methodical process that demonstrated the depth of planning behind the attack, emphasizing the attacker's betrayal from within. Jacob Fatu's assault, a calculated strike. Jacob Fatu, one of the bloodline's most loyal and dominant enforcers, was brutally attacked backstage before a crucial match, putting him out of action for an extended period. Initially, the attack seemed random, leaving Roman Reigns furious and demanding answers. Aldis's investigation revealed that the assault was anything but impulsive. It was deliberate and strategic. The attacker had intimate knowledge of Jacob's schedule and movements, striking with precision to maximize damage while avoiding detection. This wasn't just an attack on an individual. It was a symbolic blow to the bloodline, challenging its hierarchy and the perceived invincibility of its members. The revelation of premeditation added layers of tension and intrigue, highlighting the attacker's intent to destabilize Roman's empire from within. The attack served as a wake-up call, demonstrating that loyalty within the bloodline could no longer be assumed and that betrayal could emerge from the most unexpected places. The bombshell, identity and justification. During SmackDown, Aldis confronted the bloodline in the ring, presenting his findings and revealing the attacker's identity. The culprit was a trusted family member whose loyalty had never been questioned publicly, making the betrayal even more shocking. What followed was unprecedented. The attacker did not deny responsibility, but instead explained their motives, delivering a deeply emotional justification. They accused Roman Reigns of fostering a toxic environment, where loyalty came at the cost of personal safety, career progression, and well-being. Jacob Fatu, the attacker argued, was expendable, a tool used to advance Roman's ambitions. The justification was chilling in its logic, framing the assault not as hatred, but as a necessary act to awaken the bloodline to the consequences of blind obedience. This moment forced fans and members alike to wrestle with moral ambiguity, questioning whether betrayal could be justified in the face of systemic manipulation and exploitation. Roman Reigns' reaction and bloodline division. Roman Reigns' response to the revelation was notably restrained. Instead of lashing out, he appeared contemplative, processing the criticism and the implications of the attack. This reaction underscored the severity of the situation, suggesting that even the tribal chief had to reckon with the human cost of his authoritarian leadership style. Within the bloodline, the revelation caused an immediate split. Some members sided with Roman, seeing the attacker's explanation as manipulative rationalization, while others resonated with the grievances expressed, reflecting on their own feelings of being undervalued. Solo Siko's questioning of the attacker highlighted the structural dysfunction within the faction, revealing that leaving the bloodline isn't a simple option due to fear of retribution. The incident exposed cracks in the once impenetrable unit, showing that Roman's empire might not be as unshakable as it appeared, and that loyalty within the bloodline carries hidden, dangerous consequences. Moral complexity, loyalty, betrayal, and justification. The attacker's actions have sparked debates across the WWE universe, raising questions about morality, loyalty, and leadership. Was assaulting Jacob Fatu justified if motivated by legitimate grievances about Roman's management? Or is targeting an innocent family member indefensible, regardless of underlying frustrations? Fans are forced to confront the nuanced reality of the situation. Roman's authoritarian style may have created conditions where betrayal became the only perceived option. Yet the moral dilemma remains. Ends do not always justify means, and collateral damage, even in the pursuit of revolution, cannot be ignored. This storyline challenges viewers to consider the human cost of loyalty, the ethical limits of rebellion, and the responsibilities of those in power. It transforms a typical wrestling feud into a thought-provoking narrative about leadership, agency, and accountability. Implications for the Bloodline's future. The fallout from this revelation is far-reaching. Trust within the Bloodline has been shattered, and the faction now faces a critical crossroads. Can Roman Reigns maintain control through fear and authority, or has the exposure of internal resentment doomed the empire from within? The division among members highlights the fragility of the organization, showing that personal grievances and systemic dysfunction can destabilize even the most powerful groups. For fans, the storyline opens up countless narrative possibilities: potential civil war within the Bloodline, defections, alliances with outsiders, or even the rise of new leaders. WWE has used this revelation not merely as a shock factor, but to deepen character development and create tension that resonates beyond the ring, ensuring that the Bloodline's next chapter will be unpredictable, intense, and emotionally charged. A storyline redefined, Nick Aldis's exposure of Jacob Fatu's attacker goes beyond a simple reveal. It redefines the Bloodline narrative and pushes WWE storytelling into uncharted territory. The attack and its justification raise uncomfortable questions about power, loyalty, and leadership, transforming the Bloodline from an unstoppable faction into a morally complex, fractured family unit. Roman Reigns' response and the visible division among members suggest that internal tensions could reshape the faction's future. This storyline demonstrates WWE's ability to blend athletic spectacle with deep, human drama, forcing fans to question their loyalties and expectations. The fallout promises to impact every layer of the company, from backstage dynamics to in-ring storytelling, creating a tense and thrilling environment that keeps audiences invested and emotionally engaged in the Bloodline's fate.